countdown to one of the most anticipated fixtures of the nation's championship has officially begun, and excitement is building as Wales prepare to take on the reigning world champions, the mighty Springboks, in what promises to be a fascinating contest at Kings Park. While the South Africans enter the match carrying the confidence and reputation of back-to-back Rugby World Cup winners, Wales arrive determined to prove that they are capable of competing with the very best despite recent inconsistency. The announcement of Steve Tandy's matchday squad has immediately sparked discussion across the rugby world, with 6 significant changes to the starting 15 signaling both tactical intent and an opportunity for fresh faces to make an impact against arguably the toughest challenge in international rugby. Every selection tells a story, and for Tandy, these changes represent far more than simple squad rotation. They reflect his belief that this young Welsh side must continue developing by testing themselves against the strongest opposition available. Facing the Springboks is never an easy assignment, but it also provides the perfect opportunity to measure progress, character, and resilience on one of rugby's biggest stages. The journey to this fixture has already been filled with highs and lows for Wales. They opened their campaign with an encouraging victory over Fiji, displaying flashes of attacking ambition and defensive commitment that gave supporters optimism for the future. That positive momentum, however, was interrupted during their visit to Argentina, where Los Pumas capitalized on key moments to secure an important victory. Although the defeat exposed areas requiring improvement, it also highlighted the competitive spirit within this Welsh squad. Rather than allowing disappointment to define them, the players have embraced the challenge of responding against the world's #1 ranked side. Standing opposite the Springboks represents one of the greatest tests in rugby. Yet it is precisely these occasions that shape emerging teams and future leaders. Perhaps no player embodies determination more than Alex Mann, whose return to the starting lineup is one of the most compelling stories ahead of this encounter. His inclusion is not simply another selection decision. It represents resilience after a difficult chapter in his international career. Rugby supporters will remember the controversy surrounding last year's meeting between Wales and the Springboks, when Alex Mann became involved in an incident with legendary South African lock Eben Etzebeth. While opinions surrounding that moment differed, it placed Mann firmly in the spotlight. Now, instead of dwelling on the past, he has earned another opportunity to face the same opponents through consistent performances and relentless work ethic. For many supporters, his return symbolizes the fighting spirit that Steve Tandy is trying to build throughout this Welsh squad. Leadership remains another crucial factor for Wales, and once again hooker Dewi Lake will captain the side. His influence extends far beyond the front row, where he combines physicality with an increasingly confident leadership style. Modern international rugby demands captains who can communicate effectively with referees while maintaining the intensity required against elite opposition. Lake has gradually developed those qualities and will once again carry the responsibility of inspiring his teammates against a formidable South African outfit. Alongside him, experienced props Rhys Kerr and Dylan Lewis retain their places, providing continuity in one of the most physically demanding areas of the game. Their battle with the powerful Springboks front row could prove decisive, as South Africa has built its global reputation on dominating collisions, scrums, and set-piece contests. The second row also receives fresh energy, with Teddy Williams earning a starting opportunity alongside veteran lock Adam Beard. Their partnership will face one of rugby's greatest challenges in matching the aerial dominance, physical presence, and relentless work rate of the South African pack. The Springboks have long been admired for producing world-class forwards capable of imposing themselves throughout 80 minutes, regardless of substitutions. Under head coach Rassie Erasmus, that strength has become even more impressive thanks to extraordinary squad depth. Players rotate seamlessly into the lineup while maintaining the same intensity, making South Africa one of the most complete teams in world rugby. That reality is something Steve Tandy openly acknowledges, describing the Springboks as probably the most physical side in international rugby today. The back row provides another fascinating storyline. Jac Morgan continues to establish himself as one of the most influential loose forwards in Northern Hemisphere rugby, combining relentless tackling with intelligent work at the breakdown. Alongside him, Aaron Wainwright brings athleticism and ball-carrying ability, while the returning Alex Mann completes a trio tasked with slowing South African possession and matching their aggression at the contact area. Success at the breakdown could determine the outcome of the match, as allowing the Springboks quick possession often enables their dangerous backs to exploit defensive weaknesses. Against a team possessing so much power and tactical discipline, every turnover and every tackle becomes critically important. Perhaps the boldest selection from Steve Tandy comes at fly half, where Dan Edwards receives an opportunity to direct the Welsh attack. The playmaker will partner experienced scrum half Tomos Williams, creating a combination that blends youthful ambition with calm decision-making. Facing the defensive pressure of the Springboks is one of the toughest assignments for any fly half, particularly against South Africa's famous rush defense, which has troubled many of the world's leading teams over recent years. Edwards will need to demonstrate excellent game management, accurate kicking, and composure under relentless pressure if Wales are to remain competitive. His performance could ultimately define how effectively Wales move the ball into attacking areas and whether they can create scoring opportunities against one of rugby's strongest defensive systems. Further changes arrive in midfield, where Ben Thomas and Max Llewellyn are entrusted with controlling the center channel. Their combination offers creativity, direct running, and defensive solidity, qualities that will be tested repeatedly by South Africa's physical midfield. Out wide, exciting winger Louis Rees-Zammit returns to the starting side, bringing explosive pace capable of changing matches within seconds. Few players in World Rugby possess his acceleration, and Wales will undoubtedly look to create space that allows him to attack the edges of the South African defense. On the opposite wing, experienced finisher Josh Adams continues to provide reliability, while Blair Murray retains the fullback jersey, adding confidence under the high ball and providing valuable support during counterattacks. Despite making 6 changes, Steve Tandy has emphasized that the objective remains unchanged. This is not simply about experimenting against the world's best team. Instead, it is about giving deserving players opportunities while building a squad capable of competing consistently at international level. The Welsh coaching staff understands the magnitude of the challenge awaiting them at Kings Park, where passionate South African supporters create one of rugby's most intimidating atmospheres. Yet there is also recognition that performances against elite opposition accelerate player development more effectively than almost any training session ever could. For a developing Welsh side, matches like these become valuable lessons regardless of the final result. Meanwhile, the Springboks will approach the contest with their usual confidence and professionalism. Under Rassie Erasmus, South Africa has become synonymous with tactical intelligence, relentless physicality, and exceptional squad depth. Whether selecting experienced stars or introducing exciting newcomers, the defending world champions consistently maintain the standards that have kept them at the summit of international rugby. Every opponent understands that beating the Springboks requires near-perfect execution across the full 80 minutes. Even brief lapses in concentration are often punished by a team capable of dominating territory, possession, and set-piece battles simultaneously. As match day draws closer, the tactical battle between Steve Tandy and Rassie Erasmus is becoming just as fascinating as the contest between the players on the field. Modern Test rugby is often won before the opening whistle through preparation, selection, and strategy, and both coaching teams understand exactly what is at stake. For Tandy, this fixture represents another opportunity to accelerate the growth of a rebuilding Wales squad that has shown encouraging signs despite inconsistent results. For Erasmus, every match is another chance to strengthen the incredible depth that has become one of the defining characteristics of the Springboks. South Africa's ability to rotate players without sacrificing quality has earned admiration across the rugby world, and it is one of the biggest reasons why they continue to dominate international rugby. Whether established stars or emerging talents wear the green and gold jersey, the expectations remain exactly the same: deliver a world-class performance and maintain the winning standards that have brought consecutive Rugby World Cup titles to South Africa.